Hi everyone, this is Esben Hulk bringing you this How to Connect video tutorial about reality compression. Okay, so understanding reality compression is basically just a question of thinking in numbers. The number of data that is stored and the number of the space it can be represented in are both like key factors. Okay. An uncompressed reality is an inconceivable big amount of data, and it will use up all your bandwidth and storage space, and it will be impractical to work with. In order to be able to communicate it with other processes, send it between computers, email it, print it, or exhibit your reality, you might want to compress it. So today I'm talking about lossy compression. Which is the kind of compression that uses inexact approximations in order to display the content. In short, it represents reality in smaller spaces by being able to discard certain data and still remain sort of the essence of reality, like the recording of me you see right here. You've actually probably already encountered this method. When you're storing your JPEGs or your MP4s or your MP3s, you're using a lossy compression method. And these software programs allows you to store whatever reality you're dealing with in a more sort of space efficient way. And also these software programs allows you to determine whatever compression efficiency you want to use. So this actually gives you the power of deciding how much space versus reality quality. So like the higher the compression quality, the smaller the file. And here in these cases, it's really important that you remember that whenever you've represented reality, saved it, or presented it in a certain space, any discarded information cannot no longer be added. This basically means that once you discard information, it cannot be achieved again. So what happens is that the reality substitutes the discarded information with inexact approximations, and this is the lossy method. When you open up reality again, the discarded information will be substituted with inexact approximations. This means basically that the This means that the data represented or the data that is unknown will sort of assign itself the attributes that it's closest. So whatever information you don't know about a reality will sort of be determined by whatever closest data you know. So what we know is that the number of data you discard is key to the expression that you have, and also the number of space you have to open the reality in again is key to the impression that you get. Okay, I think we should take an example of, here we have the best reality ever, and when we compress that into a file, as we do here, we get to see if it's the best compression quality or the least, and this also determines the file size here. And I'm gonna save that, and when I open that again, I see the picture is almost the same, but when you zoom in, you realize that artifacts has been building up right here. So what happens is that when data copies data like this, in these inexact approximations, artifacts appear. These are the artifacts. And these artifacts symbolizes the spectras where the absence of data is obvious, but new data has appeared instead. And this process is called pixelation, as you know it, and or sort of the forceful projection of a fucked up normativity. And so basically you kind of have to choose between compromising your space by allowing an infinite amount of data, or compromising the infinity of like diverse personal realities by allowing data to be discarded. And this contemplation is sort of, if your reality is too large, then people might not want to like stick around and see it. And but on the other hand, like if your space becomes too large, it might be difficult or maybe even impossible to get the material or geographical materials to even actualize this. Yeah. So now you know a little bit more about reality compression and lossy style, and sort of what connotations or what sort of projections this entitle. This has been Esben Hulk for House of Killing, signing out.